I found you!
Mavis, as my secretary, I would hope you would know my whereabouts.
Well, I know you're headed to the new hydro substation, but I guessed you'd walk down this street.
Why?
All you've talked about is a certain Spanish cobbler who owns a shop around here.
I have not.
You must have a lot of shoes that need repair.
Yes, I do. And we happen to understand each other. Creo que hablamos el lenguaje del amor. Mavis, have you come here to accost me?
A man came in earlier, desperate to see you. He wouldn't give his name, but he said he called you on the telephone yesterday.
Finally. I've been trying to get him to talk to me, but he said it had to be face-to-face. He's been too nervous to meet.
He did seem scared. He said 10 o'clock tonight at the office and to come alone.
All right, then. Thank you, Mavis. Get back to work.
Now, we know the rise of public power in Ontario has ruffled some private company feathers, but we are confident that we can build the largest power-generating distribution system in Canada. Therefore, we are proud to open this new Hydroelectric Commission substation by the people and for the people.
I'm glad to be here. I missed the first Hydroelectric Commission switching on ceremony in New Berlin.
It's a shame.
Sir?
Oh, sorry, Murdoch. It's just Mayor Vaughan. He makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
Excuse us. Excuse us.
What's your business?
Oh, just get out of my way. I'm needed on the stage. And who are you?
Oh, Detective Murdoch, Toronto Constabulary, miss.
Really, darling? Well, you're much too good-looking to be a police officer. Oh, my card.
Who the bloody hell is she?
That's Noelle Victoria, the mayor's wife. And trust me, life with her is not all diamonds and rosé.
I'm gonna use that.
Thank you, Chairman. As mayor, I am pleased to support the building of distribution networks to bring electricity to all of Toronto. An event so important, it has even raised my lovely wife from her slumbers.
But, Chairman, with more generation stations in private company hands, will the Ontario Hydroelectric Commission generate enough power for the city?
That is our goal, yes. But in the event of a shortfall, we will purchase power from existing private companies.
Yes, in particular, let us thank Mr. Fry and Mr. Tate of the Toronto Electric Company. If the Hydroelectric Commission runs short, their company will pick up the slack. Thank you, gentlemen.
You're right, sir. I just can't get used to Vaughn acting as mayor.
That's what it is, Murdoch. Acting. The man is pure evil.
Who was this guy, anyway? None of your business, Tucker. Tony told me to pick him up and bear him. I don't ask questions, and neither should you. Did you kill him? What did I just say? Now cover him up. Why do I have to cover him up? I dug the grave. Tony's orders. Now get to it, unless you want to join this guy. Long way from being a copper, isn't it, Tucker?
Miss Cherry. Hello.
What is that?
It's a solar cell.
A what?
I've created a cell of selenium covered with a thin layer of gold. Actually, I cannot take credit. It has been built according to James Pendrick's specifications.
For what purpose?
It converts radiant energy from the sun into electrical energy. I'll be putting it on the roof, and it is wired here into my office.
Huh. Well, if you figured out a way to get cheaper electricity, I'm all ears. I've actually come here to report a missing person. I don't have his name, but I do have a description from my secretary.
Do you have an address?
I don't have that either. But I do have a feeling. And my gut is never wrong.
Are you sure about that?
Well, no. But if you look into it for me, I won't have to wonder.
And what makes you certain that this person is indeed missing?
He wanted to talk to me about some financial malfeasance at the Ontario Hydroelectric Commission. I waited for him in my office almost all night. He never showed.
Perhaps he had a change of heart? Or discovered that his information was incorrect?
He was scared. And whoever he was scared of might have gotten to him before he could talk to me.
All right. I'll look into this for you. I just need his description.
He has hazel eyes, reddish-brown hair parted to the side, and he wears glasses.
Yes, that sounds like Timothy Kerr.
The receptionist identified Mr. Kerr from the description as well. She says you are both engineers and you share an office?
Well, yes.
Is Mr. Kerr here today?
No, I don't think so.
Is it unusual for him to be absent?
I don't know. We haven't been working together very long.
Has Mr. Kerr mentioned any problems he's had or noticed with work recently?
No. Why are you asking about him?
I believe he might be missing.
I'll get his address and check on him later today. I'm sure it's nothing.
It's all right. I'll get his address and I'll look in on him myself. Thank you.
Very good.
So Mr. Kerr left then. Do you know when?
Oh, 2 nights ago, maybe? I'm not sure.
Well, you didn't speak with him directly.
No, I get a lot of characters through here. Nothing surprises me anymore.
Right. If I may, then how do you know he's left for good?
Oh, this morning, his friend came by and said Mr. Kerr had to leave suddenly. Some kind of emergency.
Oh. Who was this friend?
He didn't say, and I didn't ask.
Can you describe him?
Average height, average haircut, brown suit, or maybe gray.
Can you tell me any more about him?
The gentleman packed 2 suitcases of Mr. Kerr's things and said he was sending them on to Niagara Falls.
Right then. Thank you. Good day.
Good day.
Were you seen coming in?
So you suddenly care for my safety now?
Mr. Tucker, I'll say again, you should be grateful you're in Petrucci's gang and not in prison.
I'll tell you this one thing, and then I'm out.
Well, that's for me and the chief constable to decide.
Buried a body yesterday.
Did you?
No, I didn't kill him.
Who was the victim?
I don't know. I don't know who killed him either.
Where was he buried?
It's in my report.
Was anyone with you?
Bobby Morano, one of Petrucci's men. He didn't know anything either. Tony told him to bury the man, and that was it.
We'll have to exhume the body.
So is that it? Am I done?
No. You'll have to keep at it. Find out who the dead man was and who killed him.
And if I can't?
You will. Tucker. You can do this. We need more evidence on Tony Petrucci. Once we have him, you're free.
What's he doing back here?
Police business.
I thought he was let go.
Yes, he was. This is his penance.
You trust him?
That's $1 million question, isn't it?
Any word?
Miss Cherry, I didn't mean for you to wait here. I was just about to telephone your office.
I don't mind sitting here. I was hoping to catch wind of something exciting.
Oh, and?
The only thing I've overheard is Constable McNabb's lunch order. Did you find out what happened to our missing man?
Yes, his name is Timothy Kerr, and yesterday he purchased a one-way ticket to Niagara Falls.
Oh, so he's not missing. He just got cold feet.
It may be a tad more complicated than that. A man who identified himself as Mr. Kerr's friend paid up his rent and then packed up 2 of Mr. Kerr's suitcases full of his belongings and sent them along to Niagara Falls.
Who is this friend?
I don't know yet. Also, I spoke with the
chief porter at Niagara Falls Station, and he told me that only one suitcase ever made it on board.
Curious. I wonder if the other suitcase had papers about the commission.
Detective Murdoch, I apologize for my interruption. Miss Cherry, I have something urgent to discuss with the detective, if you wouldn't mind.
I understand. Good day, gentlemen.
Sir? Tucker came to my office with some important information. He was ordered to bury an unidentified murder victim.
What? Do we know where?
Yes.
And you'd like me to go there?
I've already sent some constables to dig up the poor man and bring him to the morgue.
I'm looking for a man who's been missing for 2 days, Mr. Timothy Kerr.
Then you'll want to have a look when the body arrives.
Right.
You were talking about Mr. Kerr, weren't you?
Miss Cherry, were you listening?
Of course not.
Will you please have your secretary meet me at the morgue later this afternoon?
Why? Do you know something or not?
What's a possibility? Miss Cherry?
I just hope the story, whatever it is, didn't get Mr. Kerr killed.
So you do have a heart.
Don't act so surprised.
Oh. That's him. I'm sure of it.
Are you all right, Miss Kane?
There's no shame in it. Many people can't stand looking at a dead body.
Thank you, Miss Kane. You can step outside for some fresh air if you'd like.
You can take the rest of the day off.
Thank you.
You'll make up for it on Saturday.
Cause of death, Miss Hart.
Trying to talk to a journalist.
One shot to the back of the head at close range.
An execution.
This man is dead because of me. I was pushing him to talk. I have to file a story.
Miss Cherry, you can't.
A man who knew of wrongdoing at the Hydroelectric Commission is dead. This is a cover-up.
Yes, but you don't know that for certain.
I don't care.
Well, you should care about this. The only reason we know about this man's death or where he was buried is through a confidential informant.
Who was the informant?
I can't tell you that. And needless to say, word of his death cannot get out, or our informant's life will be in grave danger.
So I should just drop the story? Even though Mr. Kerr died for it?
Once this is all resolved, you will be the only journalist with all of the facts.
I can keep quiet about the murder for your informant's safety, but I won't stop hunting the story. Something is happening at the Hydroelectric Commission that someone wants covered up, and I intend to find out what.
Miss Hart, please hold off on filing this man's death certificate with the city. Because if you do, our informant will be dead in a matter of hours.
Of course.
Thank you.
It's a tricky business, this.
All distaste for Mr. Tucker aside, he is in grave danger.
We might not have even found out about this murder if it wasn't for him.
So what do you want to do?
Keep Tucker where he is. He can still help us.
If I begin to investigate Mr. Kerr's murder, Tucker may well be found out.
Any thoughts as to why Petrucci would be involved in Kerr's death?
Not yet. All I know is that Kerr was an engineer at the Hydroelectric Commission and was about to tell Miss Cherry something about the malfeasance going on there.
Mayor Vaughan is heavily involved in hydroelectricity. He's made it his top priority. He's got to be involved in this somehow.
Looking into the Hydroelectric Commission could very well tip our hand.
I'm aware of that. So I'll leave it to you, Albert. Do we leave Tucker out in the field, or do we bring him in?
Keep him out there. I'm sure he can handle it.
A little tired after last night? I nearly broke my back. The next time we gotta get rid of someone, let's just throw him in the lake.
I just do what I'm told.
Who was that guy?
What is this, the Spanish Inquisition?
I thought I told you and your friends aren't welcome here.
Yeah, I heard about that. You and your little community group, that's cute.
I said get out.
Playing a dangerous game.
I'm not the only one.
Come on, Tucker, let's go.
Knock, knock. Ready for lunch?
Not yet.
Are you all right? You didn't telephone me just to go to lunch, did you?
No. I need a favor. There might be some embezzlement at the Ontario Hydroelectric Commission.
How do you know?
A man was killed over it.
What do you mean?
He was about to expose them for corruption, and I was pushing him to talk.
Louise, you can't blame yourself.
I swore to Detective Murdoch that I wouldn't publish anything about it, but I didn't swear I wouldn't investigate the Ontario Hydroelectric Commission. I need to set things right.
Then that's what we'll do.
Mavis!
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Go fetch a sandwich for Mrs. Crabtree from the automat.
Right away.
And some carrot sticks.
Of course.
Count them this time. There should be 6, not 5. Go.
Right away.
How long has that girl been working for you?
A few months.
And does she like it?
How would I know? So, do you think this Mr. Alderholt will help you?
He does owe me a favor, and I've been saving it for something important. He may be able to get me paperwork on the Hydroelectric Commission.
Look, do you see those 2 men? That's Mr. Fry and Mr. Tate, joint chairman of the Toronto Electric Company.
All right. It's not so strange that 2 men from a private company would be in a government office.
He may be in on it.
In on what?
That's what I need you to help me find out.
All right, well, stay here.
No, I'll come
Just
with you.
keep watch.
Artemis, what happened?
2 men. They wouldn't pay. I asked them to.
They did this?
Yeah,
Well, let me take a look at that cut.
nothing I can handle.
Probably the same 2 that came by my place last week. Broke the front windows. Said if I didn't pay them, they'd do it again.
And did you? And did you call the police?
No point in that. The last time I called them, they didn't show up for almost a day. And when they did, they said they couldn't do anything about it.
Well, don't do it again. I'll be sure that there's someone watching over your store.
Thank you.
Of course.
Just what did you have on Mr. Alderholt to get all these papers?
City Hall is an engine that runs on favors. I asked Mr. Alderholt to consult the logbook for all files related to electricity, and it turns out Mr. Kerr signed these files out last week.
Excellent. Here's a contract between the Ontario Hydroelectric Commission and the Toronto Electric Company. Chairman Nathan Fry, Herman Tate, and a Mr. Tauber. Records from the Keene Street substation. It opened last year.
Mr. Kerr's name. It seems the engineers had to sign off on the daily electricity usage.
I don't know a lot about electricity, but these numbers seem strange.
Yes, the days when Mr. Kerr signed off show much higher usage than the other days with different signatures.
Mr. Kerr and Mr. Burke, both men signed off on very high usage rates.
These numbers don't make any sense either. Mr. Kerr recorded some of the highest usage in the smallest ward in Toronto.
Was he fixing the books?
Certainly seems so. I think we deserve a proper lunch for this.
Thanks for this, Mr. Petrucci.
Got a pretty big payout for that last job. 5 grand.
From who?
Someone was afraid to get their hands dirty. Not like you.
Thank you, Mr. Petrucci.
Sure. So, Tucker, I got a question for you. Do you believe in vampires?
I don't understand.
Vampires, you know, the undead. See, I went to our recently departed's grave to pay my respects.
You did?
I did. And guess what? All I saw was an empty hole in the ground. No body.
So you don't really believe in vampires?
You idiot. I think you or Morano said something to somebody. Maybe the cops.
I did hear Morano talking yesterday about a little extra money he made. Maybe he got a payday from the police.
Maybe. There's something I gotta do.
Can I help you?
No need. Anyhow, it's a little bit of business. There's this tailor who's been stiffing me. I think it's time I taught him a lesson. Don't you?
Amazing. An inexhaustible source of power.
Precisely. As long as the sun shines directly into those cells.
Ah. Could you use Edison's nickel iron battery to store the power?
Possibly.
It's a fool's game anyway.
Detective?
Free energy? You think the power companies would really let this become popular?
You don't seem to have very much faith in our system of government.
Seems a healthy attitude.
Please don't touch that. Have we heard any more from Mr. Tucker?
Not yet. Do you think Mr. Kerr was killed for his information on the Ontario Hydroelectric Commission?
That's hard to say, but I would be shocked if there wasn't a connection there.
What else do we have to go on? Has Miss Hart finished her postmortem?
Yes, I just read it, and the bullet recovered was from a Colt 45.
A very common gun, not much point trying to chase it down, but I'll do my best.
And what of the landlady? I'll wager that this friend of Mr. Kerr's was the killer.
She didn't remember much about the man except that he was average looking.
And what of Miss Cherry? Do you think she's investigating on her own?
Oh, if I know Miss Cherry, that is a distinct possibility.
And my mother is hardly talking to me now. She thinks I should be married with children, but I want more than that. I want a career.
Is that her?
Laundry. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? Miss Cherry is so busy, but she is certainly making a name for herself. She really is something, isn't she?
She certainly...
And she's a wonderful boss. Tough, but fair, is what she says she is.
Ah, Miss Cherry.
Detective Murdoch. I thought I told you to take that out.
I already did. Extra starch, like you asked.
Do you have anything for me?
I'm here to ask you the same thing.
Tit for tat, sir. You know my rules.
We have files from the Hydroelectric Commission.
Effie.
Louise, we're all in this together. A man was killed, remember?
May I see them, please?
Of course.
Mavis!
Yes, ma'am.
What happened here?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I was out getting your laundry. Please don't fire me.
Well, whoever did this came up the fire escape and through the window.
Oh, my papers. Files. All the files I brought from the Hydroelectric Commission. They're gone.
Whatever bad business the commission is up to.
Corruption.
It is no longer up to you to find out.
We'll see about that.
In your research, did you find anything connected to the murder of Mr. Kerr?
We believe so, only we hadn't quite figured out how.
We learned that Mr. Kerr was falsifying electricity usage numbers.
At the opening of the commission's substation, the chairman mentioned needing to purchase electricity from the Toronto Electricity Company in order to meet demand.
We did see Mr. Fry and Mr. Tate from the Toronto Electric Company at the Hydroelectric Commission's office.
My contact there said he sees those men at the office frequently.
Is it possible, then, that Mr. Kerr was inflating usage numbers in order to line the pockets of the men from the Toronto Electricity Company?
And perhaps he had a crisis of conscience and wanted to come clean?
We did see higher numbers from another engineer, Mr. Harmon Verk.
Yes, I spoke with him. He said he barely knew Mr. Kerr.
To my eye, it looks as though they were falsifying the numbers together. Perhaps he's too afraid to say anything now, given what happened to Mr. Kerr.
All the more reason to speak with the police. I'm going to speak with Mr. Verk.
Either he lied about knowing Mr. Kerr because he was scared he would meet the same fate,
or he had something to do with Mr. Kerr's murder.
Inspector Choi? Tucker, have you found anything yet? Damn. Petrucci knows the corpse has been exhumed. Does he suspect you?
I think I managed to throw suspicion onto someone else.
Good.
Tony told me that some rich man gave him $5,000 to get rid of a problem.
Was there anything else?
Not about that. The Grant's haberdashery haven't been paying up. Tony's sending some men over to rough up the owner, maybe burn the place down. I gotta go.
Tucker hasn't dug up anything except someone offered Petrucci money to get rid of a problem.
No names?
Nothing. Tucker also said he was told about some men being sent over to Grant's haberdashery. They might be planning to torch the shop. I'll send some constables.
No, wait. If Tucker's been asking a lot of questions, then Petrucci could be suspicious of him. If we all show up at this haberdashery, then he'll know Tucker's been talking to us.
I won't let the shop burn to the ground.
2 men only, no uniforms.
So Kerr left for Niagara Falls?
Yes.
So why are you asking me for the entries for the records you signed off on?
The numbers were unusually high, as were the entries that you signed off on, Mr. Verk. I'll need to see all of the entries for this station for the past few weeks.
That's confidential.
This is a police investigation, Mr. Verk.
Did something happen to Kerr?
Perhaps it did. Perhaps you should be worried for your own safety. Were the 2 of you involved in some sort of scheme?
Look, I'll be honest. We were both told to inflate the usage numbers.
By who?
I don't know. Someone came to Kerr and told him to find somebody else to fake the numbers with him.
Why would someone want the 2 of you to inflate the numbers?
Inflating the numbers triggered a payment to the Toronto Electric Company for electricity they never had to deliver. Then Kerr and I got $20 every week.
Oh. And did Mr. Kerr begin to balk at the arrangement?
He said he didn't train to be an engineer to turn crook. He wanted to stop.
But doing so would expose the wrongdoers, and it would stop the flow of money to you.
I told him not to rock the boat, but only because Kerr said they were dangerous.
All right. I'll need to see everything that you have on this matter. Otherwise, it's straight to the cells for you.
I didn't hurt Kerr, I swear. You need to look at the Toronto Electric Company. They're the ones getting the extra payments.
I will. But you're not off the hook just yet, Mr. Verk.
Louise, are you sure this is a good idea?
I told Detective Murdoch I wouldn't mention the murder, and I didn't. I'm merely suggesting that the relationship between the Hydroelectric Commission and the Toronto Electric Company should be investigated.
That's what we're doing. And that's likely what got Mr. Kerr killed. Doesn't that make you nervous?
I'm not worried.
Well, perhaps we would find out more if we didn't publicize what we're doing.
Or maybe this will bring the wrongdoers out into the light.
Mayor Vaughn, this is unexpected.
We do work in the same building, Chief Constable. And I've been thinking, as mayor, I should be overseeing your office more.
Is that so?
Steering the ship. Starting with one Miss Louise Cherry. I assume you read her latest article?
I don't read the Sentinel.
Don't play coy, Thomas. You've used your newspaper before to air your false allegations and conspiracy theories.
I don't know what you're talking about. Any information I've given Miss Cherry in the past is totally accurate.
Tell one of your constables to have her arrested for theft. Immediately.
Theft of what?
She claims to have read documents stolen from the Hydroelectric Commission.
Ridiculous.
She must be publicly discredited. She has impugned the good name of my friends at the Toronto Electric Company.
Oh, I know what this is about. I will not arrest a journalist for insulting your cronies.
That is a direct order.
Then take it up with the Board of Control. And while you're at it, you can explain to them how you want to use the constabulary to protect your nefarious mates.
You may have saved me from an attack. That doesn't mean your position is safe. I could have you gone in a minute. And don't you forget it.
So you suspect Mr. Verk?
I have to admit, I very much doubt that he would kill just to keep a bit of extra money coming his way each week.
I think whoever's behind the scheme would have much more to lose.
I agree. I've sent Watts down to the bank that handles all of the Toronto Electric Company's accounts to see if there are any withdrawals that match the amounts, but...
It's a long shot. Kerr and Verk were both paid with cash. Could have been from a private account. Thank you, Sergeant.
Sir, this article that Louise Cherry has written about the Ontario Hydroelectric Commission.
She doesn't write a word about Kerr, but yes, she does speculate about corruption between the Ontario Hydroelectric Commission and the Toronto Electric Company.
Which could be the very reason why Mr. Kerr was killed. And now this article could make Louise Cherry the next victim.
It's from Mr. Tucker. You were right about the information regarding Grant's haberdashery. Petrucci admits it was a ruse.
Well, it's a good thing for Tucker he passed that test. I'll go look in on Louise Cherry.
Well, your article certainly did get results. Chief Constable Brackenreed said Mayor Vaughn was in his office howling for your blood.
Let him howl. What can he do?
Louise, have you been paying attention? That man is capable of anything.
Men like him should be afraid of the press. He can sometimes do what the courts can't. Who is it? I'm not answering until you identify yourself.
Hello, ladies.
Hold it right there!
Detective Murdoch! How did you...
I came to warn you of danger, but I see it already arrived.
Who is he?
Mr. Tony Petrucci.
I wasn't going to hurt anyone. Just scare him a little.
I don't believe you, Mr. Petrucci.
That's your right, I suppose.
Can you tell me why the bullets from your gun are a match for the one that killed Mr. Kerr?
It's a common gun.
Well, that may be. But every gun barrel leaves unique markings on a bullet as it's fired. I'm going to test this gun, but I'm fairly certain it's going to tell me what I already know.
Then why bother?
Because it will tell me that you killed Mr. Kerr.
That gun could have been used to kill someone, but you can't prove that I fired it.
Why were you going after Louise Cherry?
Retrieve some paper she stole.
On whose orders?
I can't say.
Even if it means the difference between prison or the noose.
What I will say is they took me out to lunch at the Langford Arms. It's a nice place. You been?
And did you tell them that you would carry out the killings?
I told them that I could make introductions. What they did with that was up to them. I keep my hands clean. That's what's put me on top.
Well, you're not on top at the moment, are you, Mr. Petrucci? And I'm going to make sure that you never are again.
What do you want?
Take this to the inspector. Tony Petrucci told me to get rid of this, so there might be something important inside. Put in a good word for me, would you?
Mr. Kerr's suitcase.
Yes, there are copies of the files I brought to Louise's office, but plenty of paperwork I've never seen before.
So Mr. Kerr had a crisis of conscience and didn't want to accept bribes anymore?
According to his fellow engineer, Mr. Verk, yes.
I haven't found anything definitively linking the Toronto Electric Company or any specific person working at that company to the bribery.
Well, and the bank records show no significant withdrawals from their accounts.
We could get a judge's order to examine the entire business, but that could take months.
Ah, look at this. The gang's all here. Miss Cherry, I've been told by the mayor to have you arrested. But don't worry. When I arrest you, it'll be for something you've actually done wrong.
We're just looking into some of the materials from the Verk hydro case.
Find anything?
Company files always have a language all their own.
What's this? Receipt for lunch at the Langford Arms.
Excuse me? The Langford Arms. That's where Mr. Petrucci told me he met with the men who hired him to kill Mr. Kerr. He didn't give me any names, of course.
Somebody charged the bill to an expense account and signed it Selby Drew.
Selby Drew? That's Mayor Vaughan's secretary.
What's he doing mixed up in all this? Is he a partner with the Toronto Electric Company?
No, there's only Mr. Tate, Mr. Fry, and a third partner who wasn't at the substation opening. Richard Tauber.
Richard Tauber? That's the police officer Vaughn had killed last year.
Cheeky bastard. Right up with me.
Excellent work, Fry. What's the meaning of this?
Mr. Fry.
Yes, who are you?
Detective Murdoch, Toronto Constabulary.
This is a private meeting.
This time we've got you banked to rights, Vaughn.
Tired of this. Might be time for you to clear out your desk, Brackenreed.
Oh, no, sir. You are under arrest.
For what?
For commissioning the murder of Mr. Kerr, an engineer at the Hydroelectric Commission.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a secret partner at the Toronto Electric Company, aren't you? Under the name of Tauber.
You used the name of a man you killed, you arrogant git.
You were bribing Mr. Kerr to artificially inflate usage numbers at the Hydroelectric Commission, and that triggered a payment to the Toronto Electric Company, sending money straight into your pocket for usage.
When Kerr wanted to expose the whole deal, you had him killed.
Well, I'm leaving.
You're not going anywhere, Sunshine. Because I have a feeling you're involved in this up to your eyeballs.
This is ridiculous. Accusing the mayor and my company of paying $5,000 to kill a man? Well, I've never heard such rot.
No one said how much was paid to kill Mr. Kerr.
That's the first I've heard of that. I had nothing to do with Mr. Fry's plot, nor did I attend any meetings, clandestine or otherwise.
Mr. Fry?
Mayor Vaughn knew nothing about this.
Don't be scared of him. With your cooperation, you won't be able to hurt anyone else.
Mayor Vaughn knew nothing about this.
You heard the man. Stop browbeating him. He's admitted his malfeasance.
Mr. Fry, you are under arrest.
Well, Mr. Fry is going on the record regarding both the bribery and the hired killing of Mr. Kerr.
And Vaughn?
Mr. Fry claims that he acted alone, that Vaughn had no involvement in any of this.
You believe him?
Of course not.
Well, then charge him. If you can't get the head of the snake, settle for whatever part you can.
I consider it a badge of honor that Mayor Vaughn would try to have him fired.
I can see the headline now. Intrepid reporter battles hydro corruption.
It'll be snappier than that, but It's true, isn't it? And I can write about Mr. Kerr's bravery in coming forward, too.
And you must include that the Ontario Hydroelectric Commission was a victim of embezzling. Right, I'm off to see a man about a dog. Good evening, gentlemen and ladies.
Well, I was relieved to learn they had no knowledge of any wrongdoing. I think that making electricity a public entity is a good thing for the province.
How's your electricity enterprise going, Detective?
Oh, I've contacted my acquaintance, Thomas Edison, and I've requested one of his batteries so that I can properly store the energy I gather with my solar array.
You know Thomas Edison. What did he say?
He hasn't replied just yet.
Well, good night, all. I'm afraid I have briefs to read. I'll go with you. I need to stop by the cobbler near your house. Oh, the Spanish one just up the street from me? What a lovely man. I heard he was just married.
Ay, solo mi suerte.
We should leave. I told him 9 o'clock.
Right.
Tucker.
Detective Murdoch. I thought I was just meeting with the inspector.
I wanted to thank you myself. We wouldn't have a case if it wasn't for your inside information. That was brave.
Thank you. Does that mean I can come back?
You know that's impossible.
With Tony in jail, I'm not in danger anymore.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Besides, you can't rejoin the constabulary, especially after all we've done.
You should be in jail yourself for what you did.
What do I do now?
Get out of Toronto and start life anew. This time, make it an honest one.
Hello, friend. My auto has given up the ghost.
I could take a look.
I'd appreciate that. You mind if I warm myself up with it? Evening.
What are you doing here?
You didn't think you could just leave, did you?
That's exactly what I'm doing. And don't even think about going after my wife. She's gone too.
I've got a message from Tony.
I don't want to hear it.
That don't matter.
Ikigai.
How's your bonsai?
Fine.
Susanna and I are going for a walk.
All right.
Are you sure you're all right, William?
Never better. The things that I never had time to do. Yes?
William Murdoch.
Yes?
Lionel Bentley.
William Murdoch. Please, come in.
Lovely home. Unique design, is it your own creation?
By a man named Frank Lloyd Wright. What is it that I can do for you, Mr. Bentley?
You resigned from the police force, so you need a job. I have a job. And it needs to be tended to rather urgently. This could be your new office. Matilda Crisp. She is my ward and she is missing.
Her eyes, Miss...
One eye blue, the other dark brown. It's quite striking.
And have you notified the police?
I am doing one better. I need her found.
I no longer...
I am aware of your current situation. I'm also aware that you are the best detective in the city.
Position I no longer hold.
Ridiculous, sir. Whether you hold the position formally or not doesn't mean you're not the best. He works for the Crisp estate. He's also an admirer. He is the one who suggested that I contact you. You have the mind of Jules Verne and the technical genius of...
Very kind, thank you. But...
In 3 days, Matilda is going to inherit $3 million, and she has gone missing. I'm interested in her. I have been her guardian since her father died and made her an orphan. It is my duty to follow.
I appreciate the offer, gentlemen, but I must refuse. My life.
You have to eat.
Thank you. No.
You know you're free to go.
I want my day in court.
If you go to court, you'll go to prison.
Then to prison I go.
Take some water. Please. You're not going to accomplish anything like this, Watts, except starve yourself to death.
Then my death is on society. What Edwards is doing is wrong. By association, so are you. Think about what's happened to his station.
Tea. Is that the best she's got?
There's not a drop of alcohol in the place. And another thing. I don't think your aunt is sick at all.
Then why would she send for me?
She's a doctor?
She brings me across the Atlantic for conversation.
And to have so at least one of us gets to retire. Coming!
The offer?
Are you sure?
We have travel plans, Julia.
What of the young woman?
Apparently, Miss Crisp is something of a free spirit. She's disappeared before. I'm sure she'll return home once she runs.
Well, I received some good news today.
Oh, did you?
The Women's Hospital received a sizable donation, Crisp estate.
That's the gentleman who offered me the position. They're trying to get to me through...
Do you want me to refuse it?
No, of course not.
Mr. Bentley is in Mr. Quinton's laboratory. It was Mr. Crisp's. Mr. Quinton has taken it over. He wears many hats, and he is like yourself, a man of science.
I'm certain that this will be very helpful. I'm really thinking that you reconsidered.
We're here to thank you for your generous gift.
Lives.
Are you impressed? I'm so pleased. You were the inspiration for so many of these. Actually, the creator of most, if truth be told.
What is this? This is so small. Does it work?
Too well. Only incapacitated people. Sadly, this one remains lethal.
Well, you'll need to recalibrate the voltage regulator. Hi. That should do it.
Ah, that was intended to monitor Miss Crisp, but she left before I could install them. I'm hoping to find some use.
And you're certain she'll not return?
She has indulged in flights of fancy before, but never for so long.
I see you there, Constable Crabtree. What is...
When will Detective Watts have his day in court?
He is not a detective, and the answer is never.
I fear if he'll die.
That is his choice, not mine.
He deserves to be hurt. He's willing to risk prison.
I am not interested. As far as I'm concerned, Town, those are his two choices.
Inspector, this is... This is not the way Inspector Brackenreed or Detective Murdoch would deal with things.
Let's quit the fight. Anything else?
Yes, plenty. Perhaps better left unsaid for now.
What's in it for me?
Would be performing an act of humanity.
Something that sells newspapers.
Look, Watts just wants to have his say, and new people would read it.
And I suppose you think my story would be more sympathetic?
I think it could be whatever you want it to be. You could enter it. And whether your story's favorable or unfavorable, it would likely accomplish the same thing.
And that is?
Save his life.
You sure this is where Miss Crisp was last seen?
We had a credible sighting.
Odd place for an heiress?
Well, she was an unusual heiress. Interested in social causes and the like. I think half her month's stipend went to feeding the poor. Setting up your recording devices to see if we can find Miss Crisp's whereabouts. They're at your disposal day or night.
Very good.
I work for the estate. Mr. Crisp hired me just before he tragically passed. Called me his fix-it man.
Fix-it man?
Well, factories and such, I keep them in good order.
Well, that's your technical knowledge.
I picked up a few things over the fade next to yours. And that device will record what the camera films?
Yes.
It's a shame that you are lost to the constabulary.
They are no longer my constabulary. Shall we?
Sleep it off in here, chum, and I'll let you go. Miss Cherry, why are you here?
To give you a voice.
Perhaps this device will reveal something. There are 5 more such devices installed. We'll review all of them.
We should have more of these viewers.
Sorry. Last one's a charm.
Mr. Quinton and I have been talking.
I'm not sure now's the time.
What if our resources were at your disposal whenever you wanted?
That certainly would have made my job easier. My job.
Well, I am suggesting something new. A new police force with you at its head.
I don't think that's
We
something
could keep everyone under surveillance. Apprehend people by non-lethal means before it changed the world.
Not necessarily for the better. Oh, what's this?
That's her. Good Lord.
She was abducted.
So it would seem.
Obviously, they...
It looks like the same car.
Look at this. Destroy or be destroyed. There is no middle way.
Abolished along with private ownership. Anarchists.
Good Lord.
And they don't know we're onto them, so we have the element of surprise. I suggest we use it.
It's not there. I smuggled Louise Cherry into the cells to interview Watts. She was going to write a story about his hunger strike. She didn't.
It's a good thing she didn't. You could have lost your...
Important things, Henry.
You done with that?
I need to step out. Cover for me.
If the inspector asks?
Vagrants or burning witches.
Constable.
Do we... no, sir.
On your feet. Stalls need mucking out.
What you are doing here?
We know approximately where Miss Crisp was taken. I'm attempting to determine...
With the aerial camera.
Not just the aerial camera. Attached to it is a device that uses a Wheatstone bridge, but close enough. I propose we fly the aerial camera over the area where Miss Crisp was taken, if there are where.
Brilliant.
Please, don't encourage him.
Are you ready, Doctor?
Indeed I am.
Editor chose not to publish it.
I don't believe you.
Believe whatever you want. I'm telling the truth.
I'm sure in the past you've managed to get things published without the approval of your editor.
I would have been fired, George, and then you'd have no ally at all.
What are you doing? My commitment to this is being sorely tested.
You can stop at any time.
No, I can't.
Take some water.
It tastes strange.
You've had a week without any food. Everything is going to taste strange.
With the bolometer attached to the aerial device, we'll be able to
Which can be created by heat.
Exactly. Now, the only heat source inside these buildings will be human bodies. We'll find them.
Mr. Bentley was right.
I beg your pardon?
Well, with our resources and your mind, leave the Pinkertons in the dust. We'd be the envy of the Scotland Yard.
And then Sybil...
But she did?
Of course she did. She just as well called me a liar. And we used to be such dear friends. So here I am now, left all alone to your nephew, isn't that right?
That's right.
You're having another?
I am.
Oh, Thomas. That is at least 3 that will get the gout.
I will not get the gout.
You never know. Sybil got the gout once. Too much red meat and alcohol. She was a terrible... Served it. Did I tell you what she said to me?
So Louise Cherry refused to print the article.
I suppose I can't expect her to do what we're unprepared to do. Jobs.
Constable Crabtree, were you aware the vagrant you brought in was a member of the press? City editor of the Toronto Telegraph, that one of his reporters entered the cells under flimsy disguise.
That was Louise Cherry?
Did you know? But you knew the reporter's name. Interesting.
A good guess, I suppose.
Constable, enforce the law to the letter. If you are uncomfortable with that, you can join your detective, which would be a shame, considering you have a new house to pay for.
George.
None for here.
Well, they're not. And there's nothing we can do. Unless... I happen to know that Thaddeus Monk of the Board of Control holds a clay pigeon shoot every second Sunday of the month.
What?
Gathering is in direct violation of the Sunday Observance Act. You heard what Edward said.
Enforce the law. Henry, you're a man of many surprises.
They all have guns.
We go for an event of such nature.
Yes, but we don't.
Well, we have force of law on our side.
You did hear me when I said they have guns?
Launch the bird. Another. This sighting is off.
Toronto Constabulary, what's going on here?
Engaging in a little sport, nothing more.
Contravening the Sunday Observance Act.
On private land.
Accessible by the public in free view of anyone to see.
Oh, now see here, this is...
Look, us to arrest anybody doing anything illegal. Now, you'll put these guns down. You're coming with me to the station.
Now, this is an outrage.
An additional charge.
Yeah, exactly. Good thinking, Henry. Now, give me this. Let's move.
You will pay for this, Constable.
Following orders.
Let's go.
Come along.
Your husband is a very clever man.
He is indeed. You'll notice I'm the one outside while he's enjoying the warmth.
Oh. I have a reading.
No guns?
No guns. We can't risk harming Miss Crisp. Restrain him. The rest of you with me. Stop!
Oh, dear.
Nice work.
Let go of me. Who are you?
Detective William Murdoch.
Who's trying to hurt my friends?
Your friends?
We've done nothing wrong, except practice our right to free assembly.
You're
a rebellion, and I am a proud member of this collective.
Well, your guardian is concerned about you.
My guardian is only concerned with my inheritance. Now let me go, or despite my distaste of the police, I will happily have you arrested.
What do you think is going on here?
I have no idea, but I intend to find out.
Impossible.
Crisp told me this herself. She's with these people willingly.
She always seemed flighty, but I never thought she would join.
Well, now that Miss Crisp has been located, I believe my assignment is finished.
Test group.
I don't know what you would like me to do about them.
Are they dangerous? Do you think Matilda might get hurt?
But I do think you should contact the authorities about the group, regardless of Miss Crisp's involvement.
Right.
I did an inspection of the location that Miss Crisp was being held in. Was holding an event of some kind. I'll have all of the intelligence that I gathered packed.
Thank you, Mr. Murdoch. I'll have a check covering your fees drawn up and delivered to your home.
Which one of you imbeciles is going to tell me what is going on?
Following orders, sir.
What?
Mr. Monk was having a gathering with the express interest of shooting on a Sunday, no less. There was alcohol.
I know what's going on here. You think me a fool? I know your little plan. You want to arrest my superiors under the so I look like a petty tyrant.
If that happens to be the outcome, I heard it.
Crabtree, shut your mouth. I release all the people arrested at Mr. Monk's. There will be no record of the arrests. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
I found this floating around in the gutter. Take a few men and clear them out.
William? I thought you were finished with all of this.
I am. But something. Miss Crisp maintains that she is a member of this anarchist organization. But look, right here, appears as though they are abducting her. She lying? I don't know.
Paul.
That looks like a bullet striking. Was someone shooting at her?
Perhaps these anarchs saving her.
From whom?
No.
What's this about?
You'll see.
The capitalists say that money comes from hard work and industry. That if you do not have money, you are lazy, or both. That is a lie. And wealth falls from the sky, or it is a provenance of birth. It is not earned. It is not deserved. All right, lads, we'll round them up, take them to the station. No violence. You heard me. Today, I turn 21 years old, and today, I am a millionaire, an undeserving one. Now's the time. I did not earn it. I do not deserve it, and I don't want it. That turns man against man, and it should have no dominion over us. No, leave it. It means nothing. That's enough. Clear out. Please, clear out this way.
George,
no. I'll show you how it's done.
Let's go, man!
Do you not resist? Let them arrest you.
Get out of here! Clear out!
Miss Crisp, we're getting you out of here. George.
Sir?
Let us pass.
I thought you were done with all of this.
I thought so as well.
Who shot at me?
I was hoping you might be able to tell me.
The anarchists are my friends. They would never...
Dollars can make people betray their friends.
Not these people.
Who might benefit from your demise?
My inheritance would go to some... Mr. Bentley, if he found a way to keep it.
Susanna!
It's never brought me much happiness. She can keep it.
Wait a minute. This money's counterfeit.
What do you mean?
This is fake? All of it? Miss Rich?
No, I took it out of the bank myself. How could it be fake?
Miss Crisp was not counterfeit.
Did you notice anything unusual when Miss Crisp picked up her money? Oh, her life may be in danger.
I forgot to get her initials on the final withdrawal slip, and I followed her out onto the streets. She was getting into...
What did he look like?
Strange fellow. Tall. With an eye patch.
Well, that's odd. Anything else?
Urge transfer all her remaining funds to an account at the Oberly Bank in Switzerland.
All of them?
I don't know.
Right. Thank you.
Did you see in the paper?
No, sir.
You'd think the news of an anarchist burning $1 million on the street would warrant some attention. Look at this.
City fathers in Sunday raids. Top, I suppose sometimes, Inspector, people are more interested in scandal than news.
They're not in the cells anymore, sir.
That doesn't matter. Now, the story's out.
Article.
Oh, I've called and made sure she is fired from the newspaper. But the damage is done nonetheless.
Surely it's not that bad.
She outlines all of things out of Toronto. She even wrote about Watts.
Well, you know, Inspector, you can't stop the truth from coming out.
Press stop. As of now. Clear the ragtags out of the cells, including Watts.
Certainly, sir.
You accountable for this, Crabtree?
That's not forthcoming. Watch, if you don't leave this time, I'll have to have the lads throw you out. At least you won't be forced to leave Toronto.
Oh. Hardly a victory. You know why I won't get my day in court? Because intelligent, moral people are wrong.
That and the fact that the paper had already been put to bed before I could file the anarchist story.
I feel guilty.
It was my choice, and it was the correct one.
I should be getting home.
How?
Bowl of cherries.
Transfer the money to Switzerland. Did Matilda request that?
I don't believe she did.
You're implying?
What are the conditions of the inheritance?
It went to Matilda. If anything happened to her, he died, so...
Where's Mr. Quinton? I'd like to have a word with him.
Mr. Quinton? Why?
I believe he has something...
You're a very clever man. Didn't I tell you he was a clever man?
I hardly knew what was happening before they were right in the eye, though.
Good for you, Henry.
Any idea who they could have been?
I was completely blindsided.
You? Recognize me? I gave you that last night.
I don't think so. I caught my wife with a fellow last night.
Cut it. I know it was you.
Was it Edwards? Did Edwards...
Tell us now.
Tell us the truth. Maybe I won't share this with the rest of the station house.
I didn't want to.
Higgins? This has gone on long enough. Come with me. Excuse us, Mr. Banks. A moment of your time?
Make this quick, gentlemen. My duck's about to be brought out.
It's about Inspector.
Station House 4 would have such a problem with Inspector Edwards, to be honest.
All we do there now is arrest anyone who doesn't conform to the inspector's idea of what constitutes.
Well said, Henry.
Edwards' highest concern is the safety of the people of Toronto.
We have a constable who's willing to testify that Edwards set men on sort of warning. What that has to do with the safety of the people of Toronto, we'll never know.
Edwards is a good man. This looks like petty constabulary infighting. I have no...
How can a man claim he despises immorality when he himself indulges in it?
That's quite enough.
And speaking of indulging in immorality, you might want to consider those who benefit from it.
Yeah, Henry, that's an excellent. Have you changed your diet or something?
What do you mean, those who benefit?
Well, I'll wager that you know people who own gambling parlors, vaudeville reviews.
I imagine their profit stream will dry up rather quickly, and they'll know you're the man who turned off the tap.
Weapon.
I don't think he has any intention of doing that.
Can someone please tell me what's going on here?
How did you injure your eye, sir?
It took you a little longer than I thought.
Mr. Crisp. He is Mr. Crisp, Matilda's father.
Very good.
You would kill your own daughter?
Others. My wife hated me, so she left it all to Matilda.
Well, now Matilda is safe, where you can't harm her.
Mr. Murdoch?
Julia, Miss Crisp.
Well, you've worked it all out. Disappointing.
Isn't it? I thought we'd been rumbled. But you missed something, Murdoch.
You two are obviously working together.
Why all of this up?
Matilda still has the money. There's no need for this. Not everything's about money, you grubby little man.
That's right, Papa.
And the gunshot at the money burning.
All for fun. All to see if you could figure out what was really happening.
Why?
It's legendary. We wanted to see if you were up for the task.
What task?
Well, you'll find out soon enough.
I don't know what, but I can assure you we want no part of it.
Game? Oh, this isn't a game.
Just let us go.
Goodbye.
That's fine, Mr. Bentley. Your services are no longer required. Readjust the voltage.
Maybe our chat with Banks actually made a difference.
I'll get right to it. It's becoming increasingly clear, Edwards, that you are unfit for this business.
Doing an excellent job cleaning up the streets.
You carry on the way you've been going, you will have emptied out half of Toronto.
But, sir...
That's enough. You're dismissed, Edward. Constable Crabtree, I've been asking around about you.
You have, sir?
Yes, and I've learned you are an intelligent constable with a good head on your shoulders.
I tried.
It's a new interim inspector. I've been speaking to the chief constable, and we are in agreement that, given the circumstances, the position, if you want it, you begin immediately.
But what exactly do I get out of this? You get to arrest him.
Llewellyn, you're out of jail.
Indeed. Has been deposed.
Oh, perhaps life will get back to normal.
Miss Hart, before Dr. Ogden took Meyer, were you not?
Amongst other things, yes?
Yes. You put that solution in my water. Don't lie to me.
I didn't want you to starve.
Yes, what I do is my decision.
Well, it was a foolish one. But making yourself ill or worse for your cause won't help.
Couldn't just go quietly. I had to take a stand.
But starving your message out. Your voice is what matters. You need to keep yourself alive to use it.
And I could dearly use a meal. Will you join me?
Of course.
Please, we have a child at home.
As long as you cooperate, your child will remain safe.
Answer me a question, Detective Murdoch.
What orchestrated this entire thing? The abduction, the flirtation with the anarchists, the transfer to Switzerland, all clues.
Very good.
I ask you again, why?
There's something we need you to do. And we need people who possess your cleverness.
You don't? And your daughter is an orphan.
No, you can't.
No. You'll be needing your rest.
You wanted to talk to me?
Yes, I did.
Day off, George?
Bob, I'm currently the inspector of Station House 4.
Very good.
In any case, I thought my first crack at official business as inspector would be to offer you your job.
Despite who I am.
No, what? Because of who you are. Excellent, then. Well, I hate to be brief, but there's somebody else I need to speak to.
Anything I should get started on?
There is, in fact. I almost forgot.
Oh.
Oh. Sir? Oh, Bethany.
Constable.
It's not Constable, actually. It's, well, it's not important. Are the doctor or the detective about?
No, and it won't.
What do you mean?
Well, they plan on being away for a while. They've left me with instructions to care for Susanna until their return.
Bethany, Julia and I will be traveling for the next month. Please take good care of Susanna, the drawer.
It's not him.
What?
Take care of my child. There's money in the drawer. Right.
Good Lord. Where do you think they are?
Where are we?
I don't know.
Help! Help!
Julia, save your strength. My guess is who else to help us.
Is the inspector there? Thomas, is your nephew Thomas there? Crabtree called. It's very important. Tell him the detective and his wife have gone missing. I don't know where they are. I need it. Thank you.
Patrick Branch and Angela Hall, East High Society scandal.
How's that?
Well, for the upper crust, being an artist model isn't exactly a respectable profession.
Ah, and how about being a lawyer?
I thought the only respectable profession is being rich.
Where is everyone?
I told you, George, these folk call it being fashionably late.
What's fashionable about being late?
The later you are, the more people see your entrance.
Where the more people can go to horses at?
Ah, George, Effie. My dears.
Well, I suppose it's...
George, please. Are we not friends? Call me Rupert.
Where's Lucinda?
Ah, unfortunate Miss Angela Hall. She refused to come.
I can understand why.
You don't even like the bride. Why are we here?
I like the gossip.
Cease the surprise.
There's the groom now. Hello. Ah, Mr. Patrick Branch, my dear, wondrous day.
Rupert. Effie. So glad you could attend. How's the import business? The plane, if that answers your question.
How wonderful.
If you'll excuse me.
Fanshaw's now Patrick. Ah. I keep telling Lucinda, we need an arrow, but will she listen? She will not.
Hello, ladies. Does it look all right? Not a hair out of place. You're perfect. Thank you, Mother. The time has come. Meredith, come.
You must be overcome with happiness.
Angela, are you all right? Gracious. I'm on fire. Angela! What on earth was that?
Movement!
Rupert!
Toronto Constabulary! Out of the way! Oh my God.
Please help my daughter.
I'm sorry, it's too late. The bride is dead. A friend of Effie's, sir. Well, actually, not a friend per se. It's
Baccarat crystal, exquisite. Urban roses in the winter, no less. And do I detect polyanthus?
Mr. Newsom, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
GC, Are you going to let him speak to me like this?
Aren't any signs of external injuries?
I've been informed that she showed a loss of balance, was in delirium immediately before her death.
Those are highly unusual symptoms. I'll have to take a closer look. The morgue attendants should be here shortly.
Thank you, Miss Hart.
What do you have there, sir?
I have no idea.
Put on face powder. She even insisted on wearing a bit of color on her lips, which I thought was out of line for a wedding. I wanted her to look beautiful and respectable.
And after that?
She went into a fit of giggle delusional. She started rambling nonsense. She lost her balance just walking across the room. She seemed to think, and then she just died.
Pardon me, sir.
Please excuse me a moment.
The bridesmaids.
They're the bridesmaids.
Were you all present when the bride expired?
Yes, we were all there.
And the groom was as well?
You don't think he had something to do with it, do you?
That's absurd. He adored her and she him. A whirlwind drill. He must be devastated.
It was hard to believe that anyone could tame him. Of course, Angela wasn't just anyone.
Nope.
Eunice Webb. Patrick Branch can have any woman he chooses. No one ever thought he'd accept being tied down with a wife and family.
Hush.
Thank you, ladies. Mr. Branch. The Toronto Constabulary, our deepest condolences.
Obliged.
Were you with Miss Hall?
No. I hadn't seen her since yesterday afternoon. She wouldn't allow me to see her on our wedding day. If you'll excuse me, I have some important...
Sir, he hardly seems concerned that his fiancée just died.
Aside from her mother, it doesn't seem as though anyone here cared for the bride much at all.
William told me about the unusual symptoms, Miss Hart.
Indeed. Giddiness, drowsiness, laughing, and incoherence.
All within a matter of 5 to 10 minutes.
I admit I have no idea as of yet what could have caused them.
Could it be ergot poisoning?
I suspected or discoloration on her limbs.
It seems most likely it would be a poison of some kind.
I concur.
Well, you've only just begun my assistance.
Why don't you assist me anyway? I may not need the help, but I could always use the company.
Spent an afternoon with a dead body in a while. You don't mind the intrusion?
Oh, not at all.
We'll need to determine what she ate or drank most recently. I'll speak with the bridal party. You ladies let me know what you find in your postmortem.
So, where should we start?
What's this?
Perfume.
You shouldn't.
And the best part is, it was free. I found it in a donation bin. It looks like it came from a very expensive department store, doesn't it? I'm gonna put it in some old wrapping paper from Holt Renfrew and surprise the missus.
Sir, wait a minute. You're going to try to trick your wife into thinking you bought her an expensive gift?
No matter where it came from.
Well, why are you showing it to me?
Because you're going to wrap it. You're always bragging about how talented you are at wrapping Christmas presents.
Sir.
Gift. And not forgetting the piece de resistance. A lovely bit of ribbon.
For flair.
Did your daughter have any illnesses or medical conditions?
No. Angie was blessed with perfect health.
Did she eat or drink anything?
She had a breakfast of egg, toast, and tea.
And who prepared? I take it you ate it as well.
From the same skillet and the same teapot. After breakfast, we left for her big day in high spirits.
Did Miss Hall consume anything else?
We had tea with sugar and milk. Everyone did, except Audrey, who was late.
Was there anything else?
Loud. You would have thought she was competing with the church bells. She's so tedious to be around. Unfortunately, she's bosom friends with Angela.
I meant, was there anything else that Miss Hall ate or drank?
We also had blueberry scones with the tea. We each took one from the because Rosalind made me collect the dirty dishes afterwards.
So everyone had tea with milk and sugar and a for Miss Spinner who was late. Is that correct, Miss Kane?
That's right.
Who brought the blueberry scones?
I believe you...
What happened after tea and scones?
That's when Audrey finally arrived. She pretends to be a proper lady, but her lack of punctuality...
Miss Webb, if we could focus on Miss Hall.
I'm getting to that. Audrey bought a bottle of champagne. We each poured ourselves...
And did Miss Hall drink some?
Oh, yes, Angela loves a good bubbly. That's why I brought it. I'm glad I wasn't too late to share it with her. Pressing my dress this morning, so I had to take the time to properly chide her before I left home.
And after the champagne?
Angela put on her dress. That's when she started going mad, and, well, you know the rest.
Congratulations. Wonderful.
I've got you a gift.
Oh, you did?
Open it.
Yeah, Mrs. Brackenry, the gift wrapping. Exquisite, is it not? Sir, got a rash on your hand.
So do you.
Beautiful.
George, sir, may I see? Oh, that very much resembles hands at the morgue. Have you touched anything unusual?
The perfume. We both touched that perfume bottle.
The perfume.
Sure, it smells
I found it in a donation bin. What does it matter?
What donation bin?
The one outside the Metropolitan.
Well, Hall died.
If you both handled that perfume bottle, and Miss Hart, perhaps that is the bride's perfume.
What are you getting at, Murdoch?
I don't precisely know, sir, but if inside that perfume bottle, it would explain these rashes.
Margaret, stop!
What on earth? What?
That down.
Oh.
Gently. That perfume may have killed Angela Hall.
What do we do now?
Perfume did indeed belong to Angela Hall, and hopefully there isn't a batch of poisonous perfume circulating around Toronto.
Sir, I don't know. I just develop a bit of a rash.
Inhaling the aerosolized particles could lead to death. You only had skin contact. There's not of residue remaining on the exterior of the bottle.
So the same poison could have two different effects depending on how one came into contact with it.
Precisely. Poison is in there.
How is it that a bottle of perfume you bought for me ended up poisoned? Well, I have half a mind to telephone Holt Renfrew.
Oh, bloody hell. I didn't get it from Holt's. I got it out of a door.
You got me second-hand perfume?
Well, there's nothing wrong with second-hand.
It's poison!
Margaret, I shifted it to you. Is that really such a bad thing?
I suppose not. But you owe me a bottle of perfume. Season 1.
We found fluid in the lungs and a hemorrhage in the windpipe. The buildup of fluid and blood.
As I suspected, the poison was inhaled, not ingested.
Precisely. We found nothing in the stomach contents.
So if the perfume bottle?
That would do the trick.
Does the victim have any rash on her skin, like the one you have, Miss Hart?
No.
She likely died before it appeared.
So Miss Hart developed her rash after touching the victim's body that remained covered in perfume particles. Covered this perfume bottle. I just need the two of you to determine what's inside.
Ladies, are you sure?
We'll manage, Inspector, but you may want to stay back.
Shall we? Ready? It's all right. I've got it.
Angie had a fragrance made specially for her wedding day, she and I.
And is that perfume here now?
I found the box it came in. Oh, but the...
Mrs. Hall, is it possible that this is the perfume bottle in question? It's purple.
Yeah, that's the one.
Bottle was found in a donation bin just near here. Do you have any idea how it may have gotten there?
I haven't got the faintest.
Did you see Miss Hall put the perfume on?
Yes, as soon as we got here, before any of the bridesmaids arrived.
Had she ever?
No. The box even had a seal. I saw her open it with my very own eyes.
Very good. Come from?
Mr. Travell, the finest perfumery in Toronto.
Yes. I created this perfume for Miss Hall, the Hour of the Iris.
Mr. Travell, what was the nature of your relationship with Miss Hall?
I've read her name in news. Meeting her, I was honored that she allowed me to create a scent just for her.
What were the components?
Detective, a nose never shares his recipes.
A nose?
An expert on creating exquisite olfactory.
Well, Mr. Travell, it's possible that this perfume was used to commit murder.
Good heavens, possible. Gentlemen, step over to my organ.
Organ?
Experiment with fragrance notes. Just as musical notes can be layered into a chord, in a fragrance too there are top notes, heart notes.
A symphony of scents. My word.
Which notes did you use in the perfume in question?
For cedarwood and Haitian vetiver. The middle notes were the oils of rose, jasmine. Then, the most delicate of floral top notes, oil of peony, and diluted in jojoba oil and distilled alcohol.
Right. And does anyone else have access to these?
Well, someone did tamper with this organ once. Mr. Laurent, my former trainee, once sabotaged my work after.
Would he do that?
He was full of contempt. When he was trainee, he wanted to explore synthetic ingredients. I said absolutely not, and natural. That's why I asked him to leave.
So are you saying it's possible that he broke in here, poisoned this perfume?
Custom fragrances are locked in this cabinet so that customers in the shop don't pick them up. Find that clock. Only someone who worked here would know that. He is the only person who could possibly have done it. Might find him.
Travell is a terrible liar and a dirty stick in the mud.
He told us you Did you not sabotage him?
Well, having a disagreement is not a crime.
Mr. Laurent, this is a murder investigation. You had unique knowledge of his premises and therefore could have snuck in and poisoned one of his perfume bottles. I suggest you start being truthful.
I slipped some fish juice into Mr. Travell's scents.
You all custom fragrance intended for Miss Angela Hall.
Never. I'd never use poison. Why would I?
To frame Mr. Travell.
When was this supposedly done?
Sometime between Friday evening and this morning.
Well, that's easy then. I was in Hamilton visiting my sister until just this afternoon.
Fine.
Sir, if he's telling the truth, that means Mrs. Hall touched the perfume after it was picked up from Travell's.
George.
Sir, breathe through your mouth.
Now for the fun part.
The trouble may be isolating the poison itself. It may interfere with the process.
George, what are you doing?
It's me, George. I have to collect that. To interrupt your work, I need to collect some finger marks. And well, I didn't know you had this. Detective, 4 different finger marks on the bottle of perfume. I've identified 3 of them as the victim, the inspector, and myself.
And the bridesmaid.
4th person was, but it was not her.
The bridesmaids all expressed rather disagreeable sentiments after the bride's death applied before they all arrived.
Unless, sir, after they arrived, one of the bridesmaids poisoned the perfume bottle, and then the brother added another spritz.
Bring in the bridal party, George.
Sir.
Someone killed Angela. It's clearly Meredith Kane.
Why do you say that?
She's not like us. She's poor. Who's to say? Angela should have dropped her a long time ago. She smells of rubber.
I beg your pardon?
She works. Well, there's a rubber factory. I'm telling you, if it's any of us, it's Meredith.
Right.
Angela, even Audrey Spinner has to admit that.
I have to admit, poverty seems an unlikely motive for murder.
I think it's Eunice you're after. She's always eyeing Angie's couture dresses. She probably wanted them.
Do you think she would have killed her for dresses? Is Miss Webb not wealthy enough she could just buy her own?
Constable, these are exclusive dresses. Select customers only once per season. Angela was a darling to couturiers. Eunice?
Oh, please. Those outdated dresses bore me. If this really is foul play, it would be Rosalind. But Rosalind doesn't show it. She's resentful that Angela was able to join the ladies' tea and shopping club. Angela is an artist model, after all. She doesn't like to show it. Even if they're friends, Rosalind has firm beliefs that the club should be reserved for modest young ladies.
Angela is in the club or not?
Very well, Miss Plum. Remove your gloves, please.
Oh, this is preposterous. I wish to go home. I am. What of it?
Your friend was murdered. The killer left their finger marks on the poisoned bottle. If you don't mind, Miss Plum, your gloves. The rash. It was you.
Miss Plum, your finger marks are a match for those found on the perfume. You also have a rash, which strongly indicates that you were in contact with the perfume bottle.
Fine. I took the stupid
Weapon that you used to kill Angela Hall.
murder weapon. Oh, I had no idea it was a murder weapon. I wanted to throw the perfume out because Angela...
Insulted you? How?
A month ago, I presented Angela a perfume as a bridal shower gift. Now, naturally, I expected her to wear it on nerve, to use a different perfume.
That insulted you.
Of course. So I took her new perfume and I threw it away. I snuck it fell to the floor. Later, it was too late to just put it back, so I threw it into a bin next to the church.
You expect me to murder a weapon from the scene of a crime by pure coincidence?
I am telling you the truth. I had no idea that perfume was...
Isolating the poison poses quite a challenge.
What about salt effect distillation?
Dissolving salts would decrease the volatility of the water, thus making it easier to separate.
Action method to separate the oils.
Hexane?
Yes. The oil and hexane will float on top and can be removed. Then the hexane...
Excellent plan, Miss Hart.
Is it true? You've arrested Rosalind Plum?
She's in the cells as we speak.
Well, did she actually do it?
A weapon and discarding it.
Really? That snake. I didn't know she had it in her. But why would you want to kill Angela Hall?
Well, she claimed perfume out of spite because the bride had ignored the perfume that she'd given her as a bridal gift.
That sounds like Rosalind. Of course. These women are nothing if not petty and entirely self-obsessed. This behavior is quite normal for them.
Really? We didn't believe them. But if that's the case, then maybe she didn't kill her friend.
Friend. These women are more enemies than friends.
Friends and enemies at the same time. Frenemies.
Just like you and Rupert.
Yeah, Rupert and I are
looking for you at the flat.
Well, I hope you told him I moved to Tibet.
So it's the maid of honor?
Yes, she's there. I don't know that there's enough evidence to secure a conviction. Julia and Miss Hart have yet to prove that the poison is in the perfume. Still, there is this.
Oh, that thing you found in the murder scene?
Oh, detective. Are you wearing a parfum?
Mr. Newsom? No, I'm not.
Oh, come. Oh, I'd know that scent anywhere. You smell a good man.
I assure you, I have no time for perfumes.
Well, but one's scent reflects one's mood.
I prefer to bathe. You wouldn't, by chance, be smelling this, would you?
I can't smell a bloody thing.
Then there is something lacking in your olfactory capabilities, Inspector, unlike mine, which are finely attuned. Look for a parfum. I can smell it across the room.
What is it?
My nose never lies. Give. Yes, this is the signature note of every perfumery.
Mr. Travell, do you recognize this?
Why, yes. Miss Hall's murder.
We believe it was left there by the killer.
Meaning that if this is yours...
No, this isn't mine.
That this is reminiscent of your signature scents.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I believe I know what it is, but it... Allow me to be sure. Ah, yes. It is ambergris.
Smells nice. What is ambergris exactly?
Well, you can smell the earthy, sweet, musky odor. That's ambergris. A scent included in some of my finest fragrances. This one, for instance.
That's lovely. In fact, I might take a bottle of that for the missus.
Excellent selection.
Use ambergris in many of your fragrances, but this is not yours.
I only purchased the extracted oil. Raw block before. One would find a block like this only on faraway shores after it's been regurgitated from the intestine of the...
It's whale vomit. Don't tell Margaret.
Well then, who here in Toronto might have...
I can tell you precisely who. There's only one company that imports the stuff.
Do we have a word?
Yes? Mr. Branch, do you recognize this?
Ambergris. My ambergris.
Yours?
Well, I lost a block just like it recently. Where did you find it?
It was found at the... You are under arrest, Mr. Branch. Please, come with us. Can you tell us why this piece of ambergris was found at the scene of your fiancé's murder?
The dressing room. Yet you admit that this belongs to you.
I had nothing to do with her death. Wedding rehearsal at the church. Afterwards, Angela and I snuck into the dressing room and engaged in... We undressed so quickly, the ambergris must have fallen out of my pocket. I always keep a block with me to demonstrate the quality.
If all that's true, then why lie?
There's already been talk of Angela's virtue because she's an artist's model. Her name, having relations before marriage.
You returned to work a few short hours after her to care about your fiancé at all.
I needed relief from some of the wedding guests, more than I did, so I retreated to my office. I loved Angela more than anything, Detective. If you want to hang me, in this moment, I hardly care.
So you've made an arrest?
Yes, but I have some questions about his motive. Have you been successful?
We've tested for several, but everything's come back negative. We have another 6 possibilities we'd like to test.
There's a problem. Poison left.
It's enough for one more test.
So you're saying you're going to randomly choose one of the 6 remaining and...
It's our only hope. Miss Hart. It's negative.
We failed, Detective.
You've narrowed it down, and you're certain that one of the remaining 5 is the poison?
Relatively certain, yes.
Help. Please put the stoppers back in the vials and send them over to the station house.
But the poison is empty, William.
Mr. Newsom, I don't know why you insist on you and I being friends.
I simply don't understand. I am friends with Henry Higgins. After the transitive property, we should be friends. And yet, you... Why?
Do you want an honest answer?
Of course.
You are self-obsessed and desperate for approval, twits, and all you talk about is nonsense like owning aeroplanes, and you and I have nothing in common.
It's your honesty to be so honest.
Mr. Newsom, we need a favor.
Well, I am eager to help, if asked by George.
Is this really necessary?
Yes.
Will you help us, Mr. Newsom?
Mr. Newsom is my father's name, George. My name is...
Some old friend. Will you please help us?
But of course.
This way, Mr. Newsom. We believe this vial contains traces of nuisance. To me, they smell of nothing. My hope is that your nose can be applied to scents beyond...
You want me to smell poison? Isn't that what killed Miss Hall?
Aerosolized particles which damage the mucous membrane. You can simply waft the odor toward yourself.
To die? This isn't some trick to get me to die, is it?
No, that would be murder. We're not trying to murder you.
Oh, friend.
Right, first, the poison in question.
Vaguely sweet, yet acrid.
Very good. And now the others.
Smells like feet. Oh, perhaps. And the next. It's this one. The scent.
Benzene.
Benzene? I'm not familiar with it.
Sir, I am. From my days at the auto to degrease metal surfaces.
Benzene, an industrial cleaning agent.
Yes, precisely. I had no idea it could be used as...
Could anyone involved in this case come across benzene, let alone discover its properties and use it to murder?
He's who works in a factory, sir. Billings and Brothers. The childhood friend, Meredith Kane.
Miss Kane, you killed your best friend instead of being there for her. Syringe in the lining of your bridesmaid's dress. You would be wise to confess. You're at the discretion of the judge, but if you confess, show remorse, it may go better for you.
I paid $75 for the bridesmaid's dress. Angela didn't even ask me if I'd be able to afford it. I found the money. Then I made Angela pay.
You killed your best friend over a dress?
When Angie told me of her, I must take the opportunity. I could steal high-concentration benzene from the factory. Afterwards, it talked her into spraying a fresh spritz. Because I'd injected the benzene straight into the tube of the pump, most of it. At the factory, I witnessed a worker who died of benzene poisoning.
Why did you kill her?
Angie and I were born in the same common neighborhood. But as we grew older, the world seemed to shower Angela in good fortune. She met generous, I met no one but other wretched souls. She climbed the social ladder and I was stuck.
So that's why you killed her?
No, you don't understand. Even when invited to her circle, made me feel unworthy. Even Angela. I began to think I was just a reminder of how far she'd come.
You felt humiliated.
Because what's the price for me to pay? Pathetic little life.
George, you requested...
I was wrong to say what I said. You've proven yourself more than useful.
You mean we're friends?
After all. And I've got an excellent nickname for you. The Nose.
The Nose? I love that.
What's all this then?
Sir, Mr. Travell has put together this gift of colognes for us. I think he's grateful that we proved Paul's death.
Quite nice. Smells like someone just chopped down a tree.
Yes, he thought that scent in particular was subtler notes myself.
I agree with you, friend. It smells like sweat, sawdust, and hard work.
There's nothing wrong with that. Your lilies.
But sir, lilies smell lovely. I don't know why you'd want to douse yourself with something that smells like a...
But I've a feeling the missus is gonna love it.
Welcome home, William.
Julia? Perfume?
Yes, I concocted it myself from Mr. Travell's inventory. I guess I was inspired by wearing some right now, actually. You can smell it on my neck.
Oh, yes. It's very nice.
Perfume can make a man's heart race.
How do you figure it does that?
The way I think is that at the end of all of her clothes, the fragrance is all that remains. And so the scent is like a preview of what's to come.
I've never been much for previews.
Mine is small.
I know, George.
That's fine.
No, George, I just want bigger.
All right. So should we go take another look at
It's
it?
everything we could want.
Wait, it's all the way over in the annex. I mean, it's not exactly the center of town.
Exactly, George. It's a quiet home. It's perfect.
Thank you, Stevens. Just give me a minute.
Stop this divided.
Lads, can I have your attention, please? I have an announcement that affects you all. I've recently received word that Yorkshire. As such, the missus and I have arranged passage back to England. Therefore, a new inspector will be appointed in my absence.
This won't be good.
Oh, the inspector's hurting you soft.
Shut the door. Have a seat, Murdoch. It's the board's decision, but I've recommended you.
Recommendations have hardly...
He thinks it could be different this time. Because it's only an interim position, he feels they may not pay attention.
I see. Be honored to fill the position of inspector until you return.
Well, here's the thing, Murdoch. Margaret and I have been talking for some time about retiring to Yorkshire.
Retiring?
The truth is, both I won't be coming back.
Oh, I don't know what to say, sir.
Do you really think they'll let you be inspector this time?
Appointment in the interim is all but assured.
All but?
Yes, well, I realize we've been down this road. I can't simply stay in the same position the rest of my life. It's time for the next challenge. And at the moment, it seems that challenge has arrived.
I'm afraid my next challenge has fallen away.
No?
The funding for the women's hospital has been denied.
Always private money?
I think we've raised all we can. We needed the government to at least match some of the funding, but they've refused.
Budgets are annual. There's always next year.
Perhaps, but they've made it clear. Our endeavor is not of value to give up the dream.
Detective, there you are.
I take it you're here about the inspector position.
Indeed. I believe you know my son-in-law, the Crown Attorney?
Yes, of course. Nice to see you again, Mr. Templeton.
Fought to have you appointed inspector, and I never stood in the way. I want you to know that. So far as I'm concerned, Catholic or Protestant, it's best man for the job. Yes. Well, the Board of Control has spoken with the Chief Constable, and we have come to a decision. Constable, it's time to introduce you to your new inspector. I'll make this brief so you can all get back to work. Your new inspector is a detective. His reputation precedes him thanks to his fine work these past years. So would you please welcome your new inspector? One. Congratulations, Inspector.
It's my honor. Thank you, Mr. Banks. I very much look forward to working with all of you.
Sir, I'm so sorry.
No need to be sorry, George. These things happen.
More than deserved, overdue, I would say.
Well, perhaps some things are just out of our control, George.
Perhaps some of us are never meant to move up in the world, sir. Just until we retire or die.
Thank you, George.
Detective Murdoch? 5 minutes. Let us clear the air, Detective. Perhaps you deserved it, but you didn't get it. If you have any grievance regarding this matter, I hope you understand when I say I don't want to hear it.
I have no grievance.
Good. It's not lost on me that I'm a younger man than yourself with less experience. Is this going to...
I don't see how it's relevant, so long as we both do our jobs.
You're a former involving himself in cases when the situation called for it. I operate no differently. Your cases will be your own, but we will work together.
Sir, we have a call from a flop house on River Street.
Oh. Let us go to River Street, Detective. Huh. All right. It appears he was strangled with a lamp.
Apparently it was rented by a woman.
I see. Well, you know what that means.
No money in his...
He pays the lady for her time. She decides she wants more.
Or he refused to pay?
Entirely possible. Either way. Ends his short life and takes whatever she pleases. The price you pay for such a life. Identification?
No.
Sirs, this chap has some information.
Well, enlighten us.
I know exactly when the murder happened. 2:50.
So precise.
Another guest complained about the noises coming from the room. I came upstairs to check.
And he was dead when you arrived?
I heard a fracas. A window broke and then she fled.
Oh, you saw her?
No. But I heard her running out the back door to the minute.
So you saw this man and his companion when they arrived here approximately 1 hour?
What did she look like?
Plain.
Did you get her name?
He called her Francesca.
Our killer has a name.
Sirs, I think I know this man.
Not associating with his ilk, I hope. Crabtree?
No, sir. Her name is Langley. Constable Langley. Station House 3.
Francesca. And she may be responsible for the murder of Constable Archibald Langley. We need to find her. Ask every man, woman, and information will be very useful.
We know 2 things. She is a killer, and she is a lady of the evening. Houses of ill repute. I want everyone in the city turned upside down. And bring them all in. And while you're at it, it takes 2 to commit a cardinal sin, and we at the constabulary do not discriminate. Our killer is likely hiding in one of these dens. But on these heathens, the more likely one of her ilk will crack and tell us where she is. Now, I'm prepared to reward you. You'll receive a bonus of 50 cents for every arrest. Now, get to it.
That's necessary.
Well, you want to find her, don't you?
Well, yes, of course, but...
Perhaps so many land horses. I mean, give us 24 hours to find this Francesca, and maybe all this won't be necessary.
It may not be necessary, nonetheless. Look at this. Toronto is rotten to the core. It's time to clean it up.
Mr. Langley's cause of death is asphyxiation, but he also has a significant wound on the back of his head. From the severity, I would guess he was dazed or unconscious when he was strangled.
What could have caused that?
It's impossible. Perhaps the floor or a wall, anything.
Not inconsistent with our findings.
But this may be. He was not...
You said asphyxiation.
Indeed, but with something thicker. Whatever killed him was most likely leather.
A belt or a strap?
I'll leave that to you.
Higgins, who are those lads?
Men Edwards brought over from Station House 1.
I don't know.
What's the big deal? We're just doing our jobs.
Well, it seems like a fool's errand, Henry. There's a reason it's the world's oldest profession. What can we possibly accomplish? Difficult for people less fortunate than us.
At least we'll make some extra money.
Well, I'll catch up with you. I've got some information. Sir, a woman fleeing the scene, but the timing doesn't seem to match up.
Oh?
Yes, well, she swears she saw this Francesca at 2:45 a.m.
Clerk said he heard her running out the back door.
Right, but the witness works at a bakery where she arrived on time at 3 a.m. It's a 15-minute walk, 45.
So either she or the clerk is mistaken. Or we're missing something. Let's have a look. Right. So if she came out this door, this direction is a dead end, so she had...
Sir, look at this.
Yes, that's the broken glass from the window above.
No, underneath it here.
The glass was very much on top of this.
So if this was Francesca's...
Then she came through here.
You saw her at 2:45?
And the clerk heard a fracas at 2:55.
Someone else was in the room with Langley.
Very good, George.
You're telling me she's innocent?
Yes, likely a man placed the cord around the victim's neck.
Could you finish that later, please? To what end?
And killed Langley and used something that was found in the room when, in reality, the killer likely brought the implement.
The killer's motive?
I have no idea, sir. Perhaps the killer saw the two of them go into the hotel and saw it as an opportunity to choose in a vulnerable state.
And it's Francesca?
She likely fled the scene the moment the intruder appeared and inclined to come forward.
All right. Fine work. But it hardly changes our intentions. French, as quickly as possible, will keep the constables working on the bordellos.
Yes, on that matter, I assume it would be all right if I me in my investigation.
Of course. Take your pick.
Mr. Husband was found at the River Street Hotel. We believe he had been in the company of a woman.
He was a god-in with a harlot.
Did he happen to say where he had been going all of these evenings?
No. He's never had one of those.
What was the message?
I never saw it. He took it with him, but I kept the envelope. I was saving that.
What, the envelope?
Yes.
To use over again. There you are.
Thank you.
Looks like office.
So what's this? H-O-U-S-E? Rethouse? Rethuse?
Courthouse.
Possibly.
Templeton. I believe I know who wrote this note. George?
Langley is dead. Dear God. Found strangled to death in a seedy hotel on River Street.
Terrible thing. It's my understanding that he met with you last week.
That's right. He was working on a case that his superiors had already closed and was trying to cover it up.
Who?
He wasn't sure. He said he was close to finding out, but felt that taking it to his inspector was not an option. Findings directly to me. I said yes, of course. Thank you. He didn't tell me. He said he wanted to wait until the evidence was in place. I wish I could be of more help, gentlemen.
He had been gathering evidence, so perhaps he had a file or notes of some sort.
Well, nothing was found at 3.
He was hiding his investigation from his superiors. George, perhaps you should go to station house number 3 and look in it.
I will do. I was hoping to take a moment to meet with Effie, though.
Yes, of course. Having lunch?
We actually have a meeting at the bank, the annex.
Oh, George, congratulations. That's terrific. Although, are you sure you want to live that far from the city?
Well, now we just have to see if we're...
An awfully big mortgage, Effie. Are you sure we're doing the right thing?
George, we both have good jobs and savings.
Maybe I'll start rounding up vagrants? Vagrants, gamblers, drunkards, women of the night. It's this new inspector. He has an eye to clean up Toronto.
And his sister?
It seems so.
Well, that won't last long. What's the Crown going to do with hundreds of petty cases to try? They can't keep up.
The cells are already full.
Perhaps I can act as surety to get some of them released. It's completely ridiculous. Are you having to participate in all this?
Well, thus far, I've been too busy thinking of which.
want to thank you all for your excellent work. You'll receive a pretty penny thanks to my little incentive. The time has come to expand our purview. Burlesques, gambling dens, deviancy in all its forms will find no safe harbor under our watch.
Sir,
they may have their permits, but that doesn't mean the goings-on in these institutions aren't in contravention of the law. Any institution built on sin, the laws reflect the morals of the people, and it is time to start enforcing them. Constable.
At Station House 3 at the request of the detective.
Is that so? Because Constable Tucker here says he's a woman.
That was my wife. We had an appointment at the bank.
Is that something you normally do while at work?
Important. We're trying to purchase a house.
Congratulations. Listen, Crabtree, I'm a generous man. Advantage of. You can make up the time at the end of your shift. Come on, lads. Got a job to do. You.
Good crowd tonight.
Word is spreading. Jazz might just be the next big... Look who's here. I don't think I've ever seen this side of you.
What side?
I don't know what to call it. Surely Mr. Buchanan has something to do with it. Hello, sir.
Hey, would you care to dance?
I usually don't consort with the... I'll make an exception this time.
Okay.
No need to be soft with this lot, lads. It's just a night get up with the inspector.
Shut it down!
Come on.
Excuse me, what are you that we have all of our paperwork?
You're coming with us.
Let go of me! What are you doing? I did nothing wrong!
Tucker, take your hand off. I will now. Miss Bright, I am terribly sorry for this, but I have to escort you down to the station house. Please.
Ellie, let's go.
The dead woman Langley was investigated with a length of something, likely leather, 1 inch wide.
Identical to Langley, then.
Perhaps she got herself mixed, threatened to expose him.
Murder to avoid scandal? It wouldn't be the first time.
These notes contain several, understand.
NBOW. Sir, I haven't the faintest.
There's also something here.
The woman we're looking for.
He was meeting with her. Perhaps to discuss this case.
Well, perhaps she was a witness. Look at this Talman's photograph studio with an address.
This appears to have been torn out of a diary. George, look at the date.
The same day Langley was killed.
Perhaps we should pay Mr. Talman a visit.
Cassie? Violet? There you are.
I don't understand. We have our permits.
Well, apparently the new establishments in town.
You ran.
I had no choice.
I had to stand up to them. You're a powerful person, Violet.
It wouldn't have done any good.
Maybe so. With me?
And got arrested? To prove some kind of point?
Yes, Stan. Sacrifice yourself to make an example. That is how change is made.
That is not how the world works. Side, and I can help you get out of here.
Sorry to bother you. We have a few questions.
What's this about?
Did a Constable Archibald
Langley? Why, yes. He came in with a woman.
Oh. Who was this woman?
Is this the woman you're talking about?
That's her.
The two of them came asking after another woman named Olivia Wright. She developed photos a few weeks ago, but Constable Langley told me that she was dead. What a shame. Well, only as a customer. Wait, you can't think I had anything to do with it. I would never, ever...
No, Mr. Time.
Sir, do you think Olivia Wright could be our unidentified woman?
Well, George, her initials do correlate to the abbreviations. Mr. Tellman, do you recall what Miss Wright came into your store for?
Constable Langley asked me the same thing. She had back here to pick them up, and apparently she was murdered that very day.
What were the photos of?
Just pictures of a man in bed. I didn't recognize him.
Do you think you could recognize him out of a sequential lineup of men?
I doubt it. I didn't think it was very...
Thank you, Mr. Tellman.
File made note that there were ashes found in a waste paper basket at the scene of the murder.
The photos she picked up?
Perhaps. Perhaps he was the man in the photographs.
They were having a liaison.
And they were her proof.
But she was killed before she could...
Got all we can about this Olivia Wright. And while we're at it, we need to find Francesca.
I know that name.
How did they know each other?
He used to work with her before he became a constable. They were both servants for a wealthy man. I don't know.
Do you know anyone who might know?
That was all before Archie and I met.
Mighty fine job you've done, Edwards.
Thank you, sir.
Toronto already feels far safer than it did before.
Inspector?
I'm so glad that you
Sir, I've been asking around about Olivia Wright. I can't find any record of her anywhere.
No masking in Constable Langley's notes. George, we now know that OW stands for Olivia Wright. And that makes some of these... For example, I believe Francesca also worked as a servant in the same household as Olivia Wright. Explain why Francesca was valuable to Constable Langley's investigation.
She would have had information about anything happening to Miss Wright in that household.
Just this other one that he keeps referring to, BOC.
More initials?
Beeson.
Place?
Board of Control.
Sir, brilliant. MB. Somebody with the initials MB at the Board of Control.
George. Melvin Banks.
I hope so.
Constable Langley once asked, I have you here to ask for the same thing, for the same reasons. And I hope your promise to help us.
What have you found out?
I believe the killer to be Melvin Banks.
My father.
And this must be very upsetting given that he's family.
Family in a sense of the word, but there is no love law. Always disagree with his methods. If he really is a killer, then justice comes first.
The case is lacking in physical evidence, but yes.
What do you need from me?
I intend to interview Banks and ask him if he has an alibi for the night in question. And if he doesn't, I'll arrest him. I'll need to go over Edward's head.
We've had our differences in the past, but you're a good detective. Just strong. I'll back you up.
We've just received an anonymous tip. There's to be an illegal gathering at a home in Rosedale.
What kind of gathering?
You others.
Sir.
Arrest all in attendance.
Us three to shut down that investigation.
Because you were the one who murdered Olivia Wright, to cover up the liaison you were having with her.
No affair with her, and I certainly didn't kill her.
Then why order the case closed?
Because I didn't want any of this nasty business associated with my good press would have said. One of my servants engaging in sex for money on her day off.
Did you not think the young woman deserved justice?
It was some seedy criminal who had long absconded. Exposing the details would have only put the poor girl's family through more pain.
You told them what? She left town?
It was kinder than telling them the truth.
And Francesca?
My maid? What about her?
She had been down what happened to Olivia Wright.
I don't know anything about that. She hasn't been at work the past few days, but I've no idea where she's disappeared. I hadn't even heard of Archibald Langley until he turned up dead. I swear.
Where were you Tuesday at 3 with?
No one. My wife's in Montreal for the month.
And November 21st?
I haven't any...
The night that Olivia Wright was murdered.
You're going to arrest me, detective?
As you wish.
I can't believe you left New York for Toronto the Good.
It wasn't entirely.
Don't you want to go back?
I'm at home here. We've been to many places and lived many lives, but one answer lies without.
Police! Gentlemen, we have orders to take you down here if you comply in an orderly fashion. Sir! Hey, stop, lads! What?
Look who... Take him in.
Run.
What?
Just make a run for it.
My friends are getting arrested? So am I.
Detective Murdoch, can you tell me why I have a member of the Board of Control in my cells?
Everett and Archibald Langley.
And why didn't I know anything about this?
You seemed more preoccupied with your raids. He has already agreed to take the case.
You went over my head.
I felt it was necessary.
Do you respect me?
I don't see how that's at all relevant to the matter at hand.
Do you trust my judgment? Did you think that if you came to me about this, I would have...
What I thought. You've proven time and again that your priorities are askew. You are more interested in arresting the
Just a second.
Sir, there's news from the morgue.
We'll continue this later, Detective.
Appears to be her.
The killer got to her first.
4 hours. Killed by a stabbing, not strangulation, like Olivia Wright and Constable Langley.
Men say she was found in an alley behind a social club.
And the police.
So it's your contention that Banks found her and killed her to keep her quiet?
I'm not so sure. Correct, that Francesca died 24 hours ago. Then Mr. Banks had an alibi for the time of the murder.
Oh, I still could have done the other two related. But why would someone else want to kill Francesca?
Perhaps Banks sent someone else to kill her.
It's the truth. Not a good way to tie up loose ends.
No.
Sir? Sir, found the room at the social club where Francesca was hiding. There was a note. I thought you might want to take a look at it.
Langley, meet me at River Street Hotel. Info about Olivia, rent room, come alone. Perhaps Francesca wrote this herself.
We found some other examples of her handwriting. It's not a match.
Langley knew who it was from.
And that person turned out to be the actual killer, luring Langley to his death.
Francesca, the killer was not expecting her. She manages to flee.
So the question is clear. Was it Banks?
Inspector Edwards, may I have a word?
What is it?
I think we should let Detective Watts go. He's done nothing wrong, and he's a friend of this.
Tested? What for?
He was found attending an illegal gathering that was in clear contravention of the law.
Oh, there must be some mistake.
I know Llewellyn Watts. We have a history. His very presence there confirms precisely what we suspected.
Oh. Watts is a good man.
He is a sodomite who deserves to be jailed. Just like Mr. Banks, Mr. Watts is in high places.
Sir, there must be something we can...
Henry. Apparently the inspector...
See? That note does not match my handwriting at all. I'm telling you I'm innocent.
Then tell me this. How is it that you knew that the unidentified woman referred to in Constable Langley's case file?
You know, Station House 3 had the case in the first place.
The case came across my son-in-law's desk, he told me.
Alan Templeton?
Yeah.
handwriting on the note. Owen Templeton is our killer. You wear leather suspenders, don't you? No need to answer that. We've already confirmed that you do, and that they are a perfect match for the wounds that were found on Constable Langley's neck, as well as Olivia Wright's.
This,
I'll await my lawyer.
if you like. But the evidence we have against you is more than enough. We die about taking the case against you.
Your cooperation could spare your life, as you well know.
I met Olivia through my father-in-law. I was a frequent visitor in his home.
Why didn't she?
It's a bit of fun. But then she wanted more of me.
Ruin your marriage, your career, so you had to kill her.
I would have lost everything. And I convinced Melvin to use his influence to stop any investigation. Told him that his good name would suffer a bit. He had no idea what I had done.
But Constable Langley wouldn't stop the search, would he? No.
I had to stop him.
And we had to stop you.
Mr. Templeton?
You are under arrest.
Come on, clear out! The lot of you.
Take this as a warning. If you've received no charge, I don't want to see hide nor hair of any of you in this city ever again. Because the next time, I won't be so forgiving.
Where are we supposed to go?
Quite frankly, I don't care. As long as it's not in Toronto.
All this began with the Langley case. Now, we know his killer was not a prostitute, but rather one of the city's elite. All this?
Certainly not. I have a vision of a clean Toronto, and I will shake every shadow until all of the deep...
What, sir?
Stop whining and do your job.
It's over, Watts. You're free to go.
From over.
Well, at least you won't be in jail.
I'm not leaving Toronto, George.
What? It's all going to blow over eventually.
I'm not going anywhere. They can charge me if they want.
Watts.
I want my jury to decide to tell me once and for all if who I am makes me a criminal.
Well, it took some doing, but the loan is approved. The house is ours.
As long as we keep our jobs. Yes, no, that's wonderful news, Effie.
Well, I heard Edwards released the detainees. Hopefully the sweeps will be over soon.
I'm sure they will.
Higgins, you keep your nose clean.
You too, sir.
You almost missed us. We're about to board.
Yes.
You take care of this young lady, Boogalooks. You found a good in there.
Indeed, I will, sir.
And good luck with the new inspector. I'm sure you'll be...
Thank you.
Maybe we'll come and visit you. We've been talking about doing some traveling. That would be lovely.
I'm not your boss anymore, Murdoch. Call me Tom.
We'll miss you, Tom.
As we you. Doesn't sound right, does it?
Absolutely not. Safe travels, sir.
Thank you, Mailmucker. We'll send a postcard. Then on ceremony. Till the next time.
Indeed.
Margaret?
Wow, we're entering a new world, William.
I think much of it.
I have to tell you, Detective, regardless of your... You went over my head. This is my station house. I'm your boss, and as such, I demand your respect. I need you to fall in line, like the rest of the men. In fact, why don't you start with that speakeasy down by the Devils and shut the place down?
I will not.
Pardon me?
Rose. Though I have been preoccupied with my case, it hasn't stopped me from noticing that you have been running things here.
Are you telling me how to do my job?
No, I doubt that that would do much good.
Get out of my office! You mean?
Consider this my resignation. I'm no number 4.